Hello, how you all doing? Hope you all doing well. Hello, Diggs, how you doing? Been a while. Hope you doing well. The demo for Cardfight Vanguard Deer Day came out, so I'm really interested into playing it. So go right into it. I really am excited. Whoop! I barely didn't do anything. Hello, E7, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Oh, I'm so excited. So let's see English. Do I wait? Do I have to? So the car is barely visible. I guess that's fine. Actually, I think that's fine. Yeah. Resolution, everything's good. No, leave it as that. Leave it as, actually refresh. Oh, okay, okay. I can't hear anything for some reason. Can you guys hear anything? Oh, you guys can, but I can't. Why? Hold on, I need to fix that. Why can I not hear anything? You guys can. Oh, I can see why. Wait, hold up. There we go. I can. There we go. Now I can. Is the sound good? Let me know. Let me know if I need to increase it or not. Go up a little. Okay. Is that good? Or higher? We need to go up too. What do you mean we go? What do you mean I need to go up? Oh my boys, it's the highest as it could go. To be honest, if I go any higher, my hurt your ears. I mean, is it that low? Yeah, you need to listen the game. Okay, I'll listen the game then. Is that good? That should do okay. I think I'll just use mouse for this. Think this is Japanese voice actor? I'm not sure. I guess I should read at Omi Academy. Okay, so it is Japanese voice. But it's just minor. Ichidoshi, I need your help, please. I'm having a problem with this question here. Sure, this one? Well, for this part, you have to... Yuki, please help us out. Will you help out the basketball tournament coming up? Sure, you can count on me. Yuki Ishidoshi. Second year high school student at Omi Academy. She is strong-willed and honest girl who has still avoid academy at athletics. Of course she does. Basically protagonist. Are you sure about that, Yuki? Wait, why is this fully voice acted and the other one isn't? Seems like their next opponent's a real powerhouse. Not a problem. Because no loose intended? I feel like that's grammar error, but I don't know. Ichidoshi really is amazing. She get good grades and super athletic. But the student cost of present to top it all off as well. As a girl, as a guy, I really look up to her. These are the same thing, I'm not gonna say it. Oh, Ichidoshi. Yes, what do you need? That's not why I'm here. Hmm? You have a little brother, right? Was he 2 years younger than you? What was his name? You mean Rasen? Yeah, that's it. What about him? I heard he got into a fight on the roof in the middle school. Of the middle school. Again? I can't believe him. You know, I do understand the other kid's point. You realize that part of this is on you, right? Yeah. Rasen Ishidoshi. 3rd year middle school student at Omni Academy. He has mid-mannered personality and the polar opposite of his sister. Nonetheless, he possesses an unbreakable spirit. He gradually awakened to his hidden talent for Vanguard. He looks so innocent though, but I guess look can be deceiving, I guess. But I don't want to stand out like you, Yuki. I bet the fast forward button at the I should pray you're not making mom pray for you up in heaven. Come on, don't say things like that. I'm messing with you. Let's pick up for dinner for tonight at home. Sorry, sis, but will you sub in for dinner duty tonight? Again? Please? There's somewhere has to be. It's been like this every day for a while now, you know? You always get home late too. What exactly are you doing? Huh? Well, why your face so red? Oh, so that's what it is. Huh? Fine, I gave you a young man's privacy. What am I going to do with you? Sorry, Yuki. I think there's a bad assumption here. I'll be back later. I can't help but wonder as this bitch this, you know? Ah, look, of course it's Vanguard. A car shop? Awesome. Excuse me? Is this a car shop? Yuki? Huh? Or your girlfriend? Did she leave already? My... What? I don't have anyone like that yet. You don't? So you're upset? The point of keeping dinner duty with our card game? Yeah, it's for Vanguard. Vanguard? One word, not two. Vanguard. Whatever, is this why you were sneaking around then? You got my hopes up and everything. What do you mean? Never mind. Anyway, I'm going home. Try not to have too much fun. Yuki, Vanguard is more than just a game. A game is exactly what this looks like to me. I don't know how to put this exactly. It's like it let me unlock a new side of myself. It does? The cars too? That's how it feels anyway. I'm going home. Welcome. Oh, could you be Yuki? Oh, my bad. I'm the owner and manager here. Gogetsu Yasuchika, the name. The owner of the car shop Osen. The translation though is a problem here. I can see that more than one person translated the game. One using a U in the end, the one doesn't. Not the end, the middle. Due to his caring spirit, love for Vanguard, his store had achieved widespread popularity. Long ago, he led the largest team in the region. I heard all about you from Russell. He always talked about how he has a perfect big sister. One with a strong will and big mouth. I don't know if that's good or bad. Remind me who it was who rescued you from getting bullied today? You? I can't believe you, Rasen. Oh, don't be so tough on him. Hey, I agree that you hit me. I don't want to throw that from upside down. A little bit of Vanguard. What? You want me to play Vanguard? Consider how you're perfect and capable of anything. I can't wait to see how you fight. I don't even know the rules though. I'd rather not. No, I'll teach you everything you fight. And you may even understand what Russell meant if you do. Okay then, I'll give it a try. There you go, you can borrow this deck. I wonder what deck it is. I never imagined I'll be fighting Sis. Rasen. Yes? You heard what you meant. Don't worry, I know you'll be able to do it. Who guess some? Okay. Keep tutorial fight? You can ask a tutorial fight? No, let's go with tutorial fight so I can play as I go. Because I already know how to play, some people might not know how to play. Do not keep tutorial fight. Vanguard is a one-on-one card game. We are the Vanguard who assist. We are the Vanguard who lead assistants called units such as monsters or knights. Let me show you the zone to place card. The zone you place the unit is called the field, obviously. The field D6. You can see my mouse, right? It'll be easier if I can show you my mouse. You can see where my mouse is, right? Yes, okay. This is the Vanguard circle. Place a Vanguard, which is your avatar. The avatar, your Vanguard, does not die in battle. The only way you lose if the Vanguard takes enough damage to be defeated. But this unit cannot die. Don't fight surround unit or rearguard circles. You can place allies, rearguards. Rearguards are like your allies. They can die in battle, but you don't take damage if they die. This is the guardian circle. You can place unit for guarding with. If someone get attacked, you can place a unit to defend them. Moving on to damage zone. When we take damage, a card is placed here. If the Vanguard takes damage, you need to put one card from your deck to the damage, or play more later on. And if you have 6 or more damage cards on the damage zone, you lose that fight. So if you get hit 6 times for your Vanguard, you lose. That's basically it. Which means you can win with dealing 6 damage to your opponent first. This is your main deck, which if you play any card game, you know how what a deck is. And a right deck beside it. A right deck, it basically consists of your Vanguard and its evolution, which I'll play later on. A right deck consists of 4 cards in total, including the unit grade with 0, 1, 2, and 3. I'll play grays later. We're just gonna go basics for now. Trigger zone. I'll play this later, so I won't give too much explanation on it. Let's go by simple stuff. Drop zone, the card where discarded or destroyed, go here. Card already used or discarded are dropped here. Next is ability. This is a unit card. Every card has power in them, which I will play later on. Each battle, the unit part compared the larger it is, the stronger the unit is. The shield is used for defending, which I will play later on. The gray is showed the strength of the card. The greater the gray, the stronger their power and abilities. Think of it like evolution in a way, like Pokemon has their basic evolution 1, evolution 2, shit like that. This is a critical. This is how much damage they can deal. 1 critical means 1 damage if they hit the Vanguard. The name obviously is self-explanatory, and the text, and the skill, which I will play later on. What to confirm a kill? Cursor up, point to it. Okay. Let's see to show a lawyer image. Okay. I see. Okay, now it's time to prepare for the fight. First off, you need to set the first Vanguard. The first Vanguard basically is your first avatar. The only you need to place a gray 0, a card that had the icon on the number on the top left, be 0. You start a grays are like levels in a way. You start level 0. Really? Okay, I'll wait for you guys. That's weird. Oh well, at least it's 30 seconds, not a minute or so. It should be over by now. I can't really control that. I'm not a partner, so. Let me know where the break is or so I can keep a playing card. Oh. The music pretty good, like I like. Bum. How long have I been doing? Like 15 minutes? 20, okay. Okay, fine. Okay, I'll keep explaining. Basically, first Vanguard has to be gray 0. Grays are like levels, so the number at the top left corner, what the number is, has to be 0. That's the grade. Other it's the same as level. You need to turn level 0, so gray 0. Place a gray 0 unit from your right deck, which is this. Your right deck is basically your Vanguard and its evolutions. You can evolve up to 3 times. There's exception to this that you can evolve more, but I won't play that late. I won't play that yet. You can evolve up to 3 times from your right deck. Place a gray 0 from your right deck onto the Vanguard circle face down. It'll be placed automatically in the game. Then determine which file go first by rock, paper, scissors. The winner to go first. I'll pick rock. I win. Okay, so I'm going first. I'm going first here. You have 5 cards from your deck up to that. You got the game. Oh, I don't like this hand. The cards in your hand you can use during the fight. Obviously, your hand is closed and not seen, obviously. And so, once you draw your 5 cards, you can redraw. You can send back cards to your deck. What's wrong with it? Wait, you see how many gray 0 you have in your hand? You should not have at the beginning. It's better to not have any gray 0s in your hand. What you should be looking for, having at least cards that are not gray 0s. You do not want to have these gray 0s in your hand. You prefer them to have it in your deck or playing Y later on. If you do not have, if you have any card that you don't need, you can redraw them only once. So you can send, okay, if you can send any number of cards and you redraw the same number. So if you put back 2, you draw 2 back. 2 trigger units at this point. Trigger units? Trigger units is something different from regular unit, which I will play later on. There are 2 types, normal units and trigger units. Trigger unit had this icon, which I will not play. I feel like if playing this at the moment might be too complicated, so I played it as it goes on, so I won't play it. I'll be sure about it later. Okay, good. The game knows how to play this. Okay, good. So yeah, these are trigger units, so I'm sending them back. These 2 are not. This is a gray 1 and a gray 2, which I'm keeping. But the gray 0 is a card that you should not keep. Usually. So yeah, sending these 2 and confirm. You put the cards on the bottom of the deck and draw equal numbers, and then shuffle the deck. So I put them in the bottom and draw 2 cards. Okay, this hand is pretty good. Are you ready to start? Flip your first Vanguard in saying stand up Vanguard. Each turn consists of 6 phases. Okay, which I will not play in that, which I go with simple stuff. I turned out with that phase. I will play that later. Play your card brother, blah blah blah. Oh, now I playing that. Draw phase. I will play that phase the next turn. Draw phase. You draw a card. Obviously, like any other game, you draw a card. The player goes first does draw a card, by the way. So you draw a card regardless. Net is ride phase. Ride phase. Let's go back to what ride is. Ride basically is evolution. Riding a card, basically putting a card on top of your Vanguard, is called riding. You can consider it the same as evolution. You increase the grade of your Vanguard by 1, causing it to be stronger. That's a ride. You can ride a unit that's the same grade or greater grade than that written Vanguard. So you can choose a unit to ride in hand, like your ride deck. So you can ride from your hand, but you have your ride deck, which basically guaranteed to have the card that you want to evolve in guaranteed. So you don't need your deck in order to evolve. You have a separate deck. You can choose a card and evolve your Vanguard into that card. It's more consistent that way. It's not random. So in order to ride from your right, you need to discard that card. So I will discard this card. I will discard this card, choose to ride that card from my deck. So I put on this card. Now my Vanguard just evolved into a grade 1 having higher power. You can do this once every turn. After that is main phase. Main phase allows you to activate skills or call rear guards. Basically your allies. You can call rear guards or activate abilities. Rear guards call? Rear guard are ally units that fight together. And a call is to play unit into rear guard circle. Call basically is summon, basically. Which in this game is called call. Basically, you call a rear guard. Only rear guard. There's a good note. You can only call rear guards that have the same grade or less than your Vanguard. You cannot call any cards. For example, this one that has a grade 2. You cannot call it until the Vanguard reaches grade 2 itself. You know, because the leader usually is the strongest. The strongest person, the strongest warrior. Let me guess. To get good card, you must open thy wallet. I don't think you need to open your wallet in this game. Not gonna lie. I think this game has a gacha, but you can get currency easily. Call a grade 1 behind your Vanguard if you have one. You want me to call in the first turn? Okay. I don't recommend calling any card at the first turn, but the game wants me to, so I guess I'll do it. But you press W to move to the next phase. Okay, before I go, after main phase in battle phase, which you battle, but on the first turn you cannot battle. Only the player that goes second can battle on their first turn. So after main phase, you end. So this is how it's done. After main phase, battle phase, but fighter goes first and not allowed to attack on their first turn, so I go to end phase. Got it. So it's my turn to stand and draw. So they're gonna ride by the color card. They evolve by having a grade 1. Draw a card by base skill. The base of skill. Base. My first Vanguard has a kill. So their base, the previous evolution has a skill. If you go second and you roll, you draw a card. So that balances out if you go second. It allows me to draw a card where it's written if I go second that game. So they draw a card. They continue to main phase. So they call out card. Now they move to battle phase. My unit can attack your unit. If an attack hits, I can retire the opponent rear guard or deal damage to the opponent Vanguard. So if you attack a rear guard, like for example this one, it'll get destroyed and you don't take any damage. If you attack the Vanguard, it does not get destroyed, but you need to take 1 damage. Specific target. Attack the he attacks with the Vanguard. So what's happening here is some unit has a passive ability that allows them to do certain things. Wave 1, for example, had the ability to boost a card. What boost does is if they're on the back row, they can't attack. But if they have the boost ability, they can transfer their power to the attacker. So basically, back row characters or like support character. Think of this as an RPG. The support character power up the attacker. So a booster transfer their power to the attacker. So what they did is transfer this power to the Vanguard, increasing their power. So what I say here, a unit with boost in the back row can add its power to another unit in the front of itself by resting together when the front attacks. Basically, units of Grade 0 and Grade 1 have boost. Grade 0 also have boost, but you usually use Grade 1s to boost. Sure. I guess again. Wow. Let me know. Are you done with ads? You need knife. I can help you set up a sabotage. Lol. I don't need money. I can't change that. I wish I could, but I can't. That's okay. Okay. Did you hear what I said about boost? Do you know what boost is? Or do you need to explain it again? No. Okay. What boost does? Each unit has a passive ability. What boost does? Unit in the back row. You see my mouth in the back row can't attack, but if they have boost, they can power up the unit in front of it. Basically, back row rear guards are like supporters. You know how in our RPG, the back row support the front, right? So what boost does is that they transfer their power to the front. So basically, if the attacker, which is the front, these three can attack. The front, rear guards, and Vanguard can attack. So what boost does, they boost the attacker, making them stronger. They go together in the fight. So what boost does, since this one has 8k power, 8000 power, it boosts the front rear Vanguard, doubling their power because the Vanguard is also 8k. Boosts help you become stronger. Only like this says, only units that are grade 0 and 1 have boost. Any grade higher than that has a different ability. So having booster is essential to having your attack strong. Hopefully you're getting it so far. Basically, boost increases power of the front. It's a backup as a backup ability basically. Okay. So here this time Vanguard power is 8k and boosting rearguard power is 8k, increasing that to 16k. You can see it on the top left. I mean not the middle right, my bad, middle right. So that means they're attacking with this much power against my Vanguard power, which is only 8k. The attacking power is 16k total. My Vanguard power is 8k and you're stronger here. Compare the power attacking unit and the attacked one. So if their attack power is stronger than mine, I do take a damage. I get hit once. Either the same value or attacking one is greater, the attack is a hit. they have the same power. If the AK against the AK, the attacker wins. It's not a tie. The attacker does win. If the attack the rearguard hits, that rearguard retires. Basically, can destroy. Destroy is the same as retire. But if a unit can retire, you do not take a damage. Only Vanguard can hit, get some damage. If a Vanguard can hit, you'll damage to it. The damage is the same value as the critical of the attacking unit. This one, the critical shows how much damage this unit does to a Vanguard. It shows it does 1 damage. Usually, 99% units have 1 critical. 99. There's extreme few exceptions to this rule. Extremely few. You can attack this unit. You can guard this attack to avoid a hit. You can actually guard, but I play guard at a later date. I'm taking the damage so you know what damage is. Only not necessarily lose or here early times. Not guarding is called to be no guard. So in this case, I will no guard. Yeah, I'll take the hit. When a Vanguard attack, drive check occur after that. So this is where the trigger check comes in. You know how RPGs, for example, Genshin or Pokemon, you know you can get critical hits, right? You know what more or less are those, right? So it's the same here. When a Vanguard attack, you check the top card. Remember what trigger units were? If you get a trigger, you activate that effect. There's different type of triggers. There's the critical, which deal 1 extra damage, is the same as a critical in the game. You deal a critical, you deal more damage. It's the same here. If you get a critical, you deal 1 extra damage. It's 1, it becomes 2 damage. There's also other type of triggers in the game, which I will play later on. So what you need to do, you reveal the card from the top of your deck and show it in the trigger zone. Card revealed during the drive check or put into your hand. So after you reveal it, you put it into your hand. When you attack during a drive check. Only Vanguard can do drive checks. When a Vanguard attack, do a drive check. If a trigger is shown, you activate that trigger. If it's a critical, you do an extra para damage. Let's see what I get here. Drive check. So at this point, he got a normal unit, which means it does not have a trigger, which means nothing happens. It's just one damage. That's it. But if a trigger unit happens, for example, a critical, which I will show which one it is later on, it will be 2 damage. Also, triggers increases the power of that of any unit you choose, which I will play later on. So it was no trigger. He put it in their hand, increasing their hand. When a Vanguard gets damage, you do a damage check. It's the same as a trigger check, but it has that card going to your hand, it goes into the damage. And if a trigger shows up, that trigger does activate regardless. Even if it is a critical. You don't increase your damage, but since a trigger can increase your power, you can also increase your defense if you do get it. In this case, my attacking unit total power is greater than your attack unit, so this unit hit. I deal 1 damage, the same value as the critical of the attacking Vanguard. When you take damage, okay, you take 1 damage, so we react the top card of your deck and show it to the trigger zone. So it's the same as drive check. You check the top card of your deck, put it in the trigger zone. If it is a trigger, it activates. If it does not, you put it into the damage zone. Like this, damage check. There, that's a trigger. You can see it at the top right of the card. There's an icon there. Those are triggers. If you get a trigger unit, it activates. This is a draw trigger, which I'm guessing the game we're playing it, but I play as they show the card. Trigger unit work when they appear in the trigger zone, which is basically drive check when a Vanguard attacks, or damage check when a Vanguard gets damaged. You can see here, this is an icon of a trigger unit. This one specifically is a draw trigger. What this draw trigger does, if you drive check it or damage check it, it activates. You can give any unit 10,000 power for the rest of that turn. So you can shoot the Vanguard, and that Vanguard instead of having 8k, it has 18k, making your Vanguard stronger for that turn, which means you're less likely to be attacked because you're stronger in defense. It also has an extra skill called Draw, which means if you damage check this or drive check this, you draw an extra card, regardless if it's a damage or a trigger or a drive check. So I draw a card and gain 10k power to a new unit on your field to the end of that turn. So it's tricking a unit. So I get to choose. I can give it to the booster if I want to, obviously, but it's better to give it to the Vanguard because that means the Vanguard has more defense for that turn. So I choose the Vanguard. So now for that turn, that Vanguard has 18k, which means if they had another attacker, they have to have higher than 80k power. That card goes to the damage and stays there for the rest of the game. Once you get 6 cards in your damage zone, you lose. And that's the whole point of the game. Hitting the Vanguard 6 times. Also, I do... Wait, what's my draw? Wow, okay, I know they're playing the game, but you should let me draw a card. So I choose to write this card from my right deck, and I discard it. You asking me? Okay, okay. First of all, I will not discard a trigger unit, but the game making me to. But I'll explain why you should not discard trigger unit usually, but I'll play later. So now I went to grade 2, my power increased to 10k. So now I can choose what to call in main phase. So now I will call a rear guard into my left front, and another grade 2 in my right front. These 3 units can attack. Front row unit can attack, back row unit cannot attack. But if they have the boost ability, they can boost the attacker in front of it. This one boosts here, this one boosts here, and this one boosts here. Hopefully you can see my mouse. They have to be on the same column. This one, here, and here. So I end my aim phase and go to battle phase. Move to battle phase. Wait for it. I attack the bank with Hasar. So how attacking works, because you know we saw it from them, but now you can see it from my side. You put the card horizontally, showing that you're attacking. Once that card is horizontally, it called rested. That means that card can no longer attack again. So I choose to attack the bagger with 10k against 8k power. The card critical is 1, so if the card hits, it does 1 point of damage. They chose to no guard, so they take a damage. Rear guards cannot drive check, so don't depend on triggers for rear guards. So they check a damage. They got nothing, so that means I'm safe to attack with my other rear guard. Oh, they attacked. Okay, they chose to attack with the Vanguard. You know, fine. Not my choice, but okay. With a booster, my power increases to 18k. So it's hard for them to guard. They said to no guard. I'll explain how to guard works later on. Since it's a Vanguard, I can drive check 1 card. Get critical trigger. So this one is a critical. You can know it because it's yellow. It'll probably show up more. It's a critical trigger. While playing, if it's a critical, you deal an extra point of damage. Of course, you can choose which unit get that extra critical, the extra point of damage, it does not have to be the attacker. It can be another unit that has not attacked. But in this case, since we already know the attack hit, I can give that critical to the one that's already hitting, so they can hit an extra point of damage. You can see here, critical. You deal 1 extra damage to any unit, get that 1 extra critical, and they hit, they deal 2 damage instead of 1. Also had the 10k power that the draw trigger has. Every trigger can give a unit 10k power. So in this case, I can give someone 10k. Now, you can give someone a crit and the other one power. It doesn't have to be the same unit. For example, in this case, I will give a critical and extra point of damage to my Vanguard since I know they decide to not guard. But I can give the extra power to the one that has not attacked, which means it'll be a lot harder for them to guard against. Each effect can be given to different units. How I said, each effect. The power and crit can be given to different units. The critical one might be given to Vanguard, your Vanguard power already greater than mine. How about giving the 10k power to the other unit that gets to attack? So I will give the critical to my Vanguard that will deal this attack 2 points of damage. And I will give the 10k to the one that has not attacked since I know this card already hit. I will give this one to my rear guard and confirm. Now this one had 20k power for its attack when it hits, when it attacks. And I put this trigger unit to my hand so I can use this layer. They got nothing damage, but since it's a critical trigger, this unit critical is 2. That means they have to take 2 points of damage. So they have to damage check again. They gotta draw, okay. They get to draw 1 card, get 10k power. That's why it's good to get a trigger for a rear guard. That means because of the critical trigger, I still have more power than them. But if I get that critical and he got that draw, this card will not hit. Because it will be 10k instead of 20k. Luckily, I got a critical, which means this card can hit their 8k of power. Also, boosters cannot boost the Vanguard while defending. It only boosted when the Vanguard or rear guard, the same column attacks, not defend. So this one has higher power. I will attack that rear guard, that Vanguard with my rear guard. It looks like he wants to guard here. The way you guard is you have to use a card from your hand to call units to the Guardian Circle, which is the middle zone here, the G1. They can call you can call units on the Guardian Circle when a unit is attacked. You can also defend rear guards if you choose to. Usually, it depends if you want to use the guard rear guards. But if you can replace them, it's better to save your cards to defend the Vanguard because that's the only way you lose. Rear guard just die, you won't lose because of a rear guard. But usually depends if you can't afford to lose rear guard because you lose attacks. But if you have cards in your hand that can replace them, they fight to lose them. Unit place a Guardian Circle add their shield value to the power of the unit. So you know how each card has a power value on the bottom of the card. Each card also has a shield value on the side, which is here. Hopefully they can close it up. Here, you can see here on the side, there's something called shield. This shield value is only added when you're defending. Basically, if someone can attack, you can use that card shield to power up their defense. So in this case, this one has 5k shield, which means their 8k defense when increased by 5k, making them 23k defense, which means my rear guard cannot hit because their power is less than their defense. Your power is 20k and mine is 20k, 23k total. So it does not hit and he does not take a damage. But if your attack does not hit, the rear guard does not get destroyed. It's just the attack didn't hit. You won't lose a rear guard if they guard. So your rear guard will be fine. Like so. When the battle is over, shield value is reduced to 0. The shield value only works during that fight. After that fight is over, it goes back to regular power. It does not last for the rest of the turn. Be cautious when you use shields. But triggers does last for the rest of the turn, so you'll be fine with that. Once the battle is over, the shield card, this card goes to the drop. Give me 1 sec. There you go. So now that battle is over, this card goes to the drop. It does not go back to the hand. Unit are not only for attack, but also for guard, huh? Sure. So now I go to the drop. Okay, my turn. Stand and drop. He decides to ride to grade 2. He rolled. He called a card. They decide to attack the Vanguard. I shoot to no guard here, so yes, I'll take the attack. They direct. Oh no! Okay. Front trigger. I'll explain what a front trigger is. Front trigger are instead of a crit that increases damage or a draw that let you draw a card, front trigger gives more power. Basically, it had the same thing as 10k power, but instead of giving it to one unit, it gives it to every unit in the front, which means this one and this one both get power. If we had another rear guard here, this one will also get power. They're actually pretty good. So the front row gives 10k to all units in the front row. So I need to take a damage in the Vanguard got hit. No trigger. Okay. At 20k. But since that target is 10k higher than mine, I shoot no guard. Be mindful of your damage. Don't get too much damage, otherwise you can lose easily by criticals. Remember, dry check does happen, so if you have 4 damage and you decide to no guard and they get a critical during dry check, you can lose. So be mindful of trigger checks. No trigger. Okay. The game is that simple, really. My turn. So now I can show you what stand is. Stand basically, you know, all the units are horizontal, rested. So Tanfei reset their cards into the stand mode, which is everyone going back to vertical, which means they can attack again. That's what Tanfei is. It resets your units. So stand basically stand all your units to vertical position, like so, and now they can attack. That's what stand is. That goes before drawing. So I draw a card, and now I go to my grade 3, which is the last card you write. That usually most decks highest grade is grade 3 or level 3, but you should go with the right termination here, which is grade. So we decide to ride with this card. I'll discard this boost, this grade 1, in order to ride to my last form, which is my grade 3. Now I'm my grade 3. Grade 3 are very special, as Vanguard, which I'll explain in a bit. You do want to get to grade 3. I decide to not call any units because I don't have enough power to hit. So I will decide to move to the next phase to battle. I will keep this card to defend. Remember, if you put cards into the field, they might not be, you cannot defend with them. There are exceptions though, which I will explain later. Battle phase. I'll attack with my rear guard to his Vanguard. he uses Intercept. Now it's time to play what grade 2 ability does. So, do you remember that grade 0s and grade 1 have boost, right? You do remember that before, about boosting. Right? So grade 2 does not have boost, but has a different ability called Intercept. Intercept will let you do they can defend from the field as long as they're in the front row. If a grade 2 is in the front row, they can defend the Vanguard. But it's like the same as, you know, as a battle. You don't want the leader to die here, so some people will protect their leader, their Vanguard. So a grade 2 ability is such. A Vanguard can, its attack, it can intercept to defend it. But if you choose to intercept, that card will go to the drop zone. But at emergency situations, it will help you a lot. Because weak attack like so, like the 10k, their shield is enough to guard the attack. Those units with intercept, you can see it here, intercept, in this icon. But usually, every grade 2 has intercept, every grade 0 and grade 1 has boost. Grade 2 is good for front row. Usually you want grade 2 in the front. Because they can protect your Vanguard. They're good for attacking and they're good for defending. So basically the termination is have grade 1 for boosting in the back row and have grade 2 for attacking in the front row. That's how it basically works. So they're able to move from the front row to the Guardian Circle. Grade 2 have intercept. All grade 2 have intercept. So since they to their intercept, their power, their defense increased from 10k to 15k, which means the attack does no longer go through. Units have intercept also move to the drop zone after the battle, so after you use them, they go to the drop. But hey, if you're about to lose, or you have too much damage, they help you a lot. And by the way, this is all optional. This is not obligatory. You can shoot to intercept or not intercept. Or you can choose not to intercept and use a card from your hand to defend. It's up to you. In this case, they decide to defend with their rear guard. So my turn, I will attack with my Vanguard boost with my rear guard in my back row to their Vanguard. This is 21k. This time they need a higher defense to guard this attack. Now, grade 3 has a special ability. Grade 1 has boost, grade 2 has intercept, grade 3 has twin drive. What the twin drive does, if the grade 3 if a Vanguard is a grade 3, they can drive check 2 times, not once, twice in a battle. And you need this. I do need water. I've been playing way too much. You can see it there. Twin drive. They can drive check twice. Thank you so much for the hydrate 7. I really do appreciate it. So basically all grade 3 had this, but remember this ability can only work on Vanguard because only Vanguard can drive check. A rear guard grade 3 cannot drive check. Because rear guard do not drive check, only the Vanguard. So if the Vanguard go to grade 3, you can twin drive. Drive check 2 times, which is even better. That's why you do want to get to grade 3 as quickly as possible. Which means you can get double critical dealing 3 damage. And trust me, it does happen and it sucks. Anyway. Grade 3 has twin drive. So you can drive check twice. Both drive check does go to your hand, increasing your defense for next turn. No trigger. I'll put that card to my hand. Oh, they're gonna play this? Okay. It's an order card. Order card or like spells. If you play Pokemon, you can consider it as an option card or trainer card, up to you. They're not unit, they activate effects. But I'll be playing this later on. Since they're not a unit, they cannot be placed into the Vanguard circle or the rearguard circle. They cannot play it. So order cards can be played in your main phase, the one that are normal orders. To be honest, not all deck use this, so it doesn't really matter. But basically, it depends on what it does. But I will not play much here. Or I play at a later point. Like, you forget about this. I'd rather show you in action. So I'm just gonna skip this. I know what they do, but I'd rather you learn the base game first before going into the more complicated part. Basically, all you have to know order card are spells, basically. Or field spells, or trainer card, you know, however you want to go for it. But there's a rule. Each fighter, each player, can only place one card each turn. You cannot use more than one order each turn. Be cautious of this. But like I said, I will play this in action at a later date. At a later time, basically. If we ever get that chance. So what you got here is a Blitz Order. Blitz Order can only activate in your opponent's turn. But I will play that later. Doesn't really matter. Second check. I got critical. You know what that means? Extra point of damage. And I'll give the power to the one that has not attacked. Power. 2 points of damage. No damage. One more point of damage is game over for them. They have to guard, otherwise they lose. They guard. 50k power, 50k shield. So this is why you rather not discard Trigger units. Trigger units are grade zeros. They have low power, but they have tremendous shield. Usually, Trigger units, for example, criticals and fronts, have 15k shield, which is a big amount. They can easily guard attacks. Draw Trigger does not have big power. They're really good because they let you draw a card during draw check or damage check because they still activates. But they only have 5k shield. They're really good for damage checking though. But if you, for example, damage check a critical, that extra damage goes to waste because you're defending, not attacking. That way, draw triggers are better for being attacked. Because if you get a draw trigger, you draw an extra card, let you guard more. So it depends on what type of trigger you want to run in your deck. So now they're gonna go into their grade 3, into their ace. Oh, they're going serious. Okay, a grade 2 and a grade 3. Okay. This grade 2 does not have enough power for that to attack my grade 3. So I'm not sure what they're going to do. They're attacking with my they're attacking with the rearguard. In my personal opinion, I have 3 damage. I'd rather guard this because low power. I can intercept if I want to, but apparently the protagonist does not want to guard. But to each their own. I'll follow the tutorial. I'll say no guard. I'd rather guard because I'd rather not get crit. Wow. Oh, draw. Okay, good. Yeah, I'll get 10k power to my Vanguard and I draw a card. That's lucky. That's very lucky. 21k power. So they're attacking with lower power. Why do you ask? Because they can drag check into a trigger and get more power. Sure, you can say no guard here, but what if they get a drive check? The attack will go through. So it's up to you how much you want to guard. You have to depend if they're gonna get a trigger or if not. And if they get a critical, you have 4 damage, you will lose. So it's up to you if you want to be safe and use card to increase your defense in case they get a trigger, or take your bets, take the gamble, and hopefully they do not get a trigger. It's really up to you. This is a game of RNG. So if they get a crit on you, oh, you probably gonna lose. Think of how I got your Vanguard that has twin drive. I might lose if you get a critical trigger, but I carry too much means using too much card here. So it's really up to you if you want to be careful or if you want to risk it. You can make a guard succeed if you have a sentinel. Oh, okay, they're going to play what sentinel is. So there's some card that had the unique ability called Sentinel. Sentinel can only have, you can only have up to 4 cards with the ability Sentinel in a deck. What the Sentinel does are plain. If you put it, when this unit is put on the Guardian Circle, which you know is for defending, discard a card from your hand, choose one of your units, and it cannot be hit until the end of the fight. So if you use this card as a shield and discard 1 card from your hand, that attack does not hit regardless if they get a trigger or not. These are called perfect guards. Basically, it guarantees you not getting hit no matter what. There are some exceptions though, but in this case, it will completely protect you from the attack. Instead of discarding a card, you can perform a perfect guard. Oh, I have one discard. Wow, they really need to polish the translation. So the game want me to perfect guard, so I will perfect guard. And I will discard a card to activate its effect. Why? Look at how many cards. Fine. But you can see here the critical has 15k power, while grade 2 has 5k power. You rather have shield triggers in your hand in case you're going to lose. Having shield is beneficial. You need to decide what you want to discard. Are you more or less gaining this E7? Or anyone chat? Okay. So the game want me to discard this. I do not agree. But sure, let's go for it. So I perfect guard. So that means this attack would not hit, regardless of trigger. Do I check? Let's see what I have. Oh no. Okay, you always saw fronts, you always saw crits, critical, and you always saw draw. This is a heal trigger. If you know what heal does, you can kinda assume what it does already. But I'll play anyway. Heal trigger, let you heal a damage. Yeah. But there's a catch. You can only heal if you have more damage than your opponent. If you have less damage than your opponent, you do not heal, but you still get the 10k power that the trigger gives you. But in this case, they have more damage than me, which means they do heal and they go back to 4 damage. Heal triggers allow you to recover damage, but it's only available if you have the same or more damage than your opponent. So if we both have 4 damage, they do heal. But in this case, they have 5, they still heal, and they still get 10k power. But in this case, it'll be hard for me to win because they heal 1. There's also a catch here. you can only have up to 4 heals in a deck. You cannot put as many heals you want because the game will not end. So only up to 4 heals in the deck can be in any deck. So they have 5 damage and they have 4 and they can recover 1. So what happens, you choose a card from your damage zone and put it into your drop zone. So they choose 1 card, they go to a drop zone and they go back to 4 damage. So now we're even. Oh, they're playing Counterblast? Okay. What? Okay, how do I play this? Counterblast is basically activating a skill cost. Alright, let me see they show a card effect. Okay, forget what the top card says. Screw this. Do what the top, all this thing. Look, focus on this text. Because when I played this, they go easy route. So, why are you confusing the players? Or okay, you know, forget what this is. Forget this. Because technically, this is not supposed to happen. Because this can only activate if you're on rear guard. Obviously. Wait. Okay, I see what it does. Okay. So obviously, what this card does, since this one, the grade 2, is on rear guard, if you direct check reveals a trigger unit, you counterblast 1, and this card can plus 10k power. I did not want to play counterblast yet because it complicates. It goes to the advanced features of the game. But you don't know what this means. If you direct check reveals a trigger unit, you pay the cost, and this unit can 10k power. So Owen is on the rear guard at the moment, and since this skill only activates when this unit is on rear guard, it does activate. But it's optional. If you don't want to pay the cost, you don't have to. But if this unit was on Vanguard, you cannot activate this skill because it only activates on rear guard, not on Vanguard. What is Counterblast, you may ask? Counterblast is to flip over specific number of face-up cards in damage zone. So, for example, I have 4 face-up damage. Counterblasting is you put a card from your damage face down by the number of what I say here. So this is 1. So I choose 1 of my cards face down for my damage, and the kill activates. So in this case, he has all his cards face up, which means he can flip over 1 card from his damage face down, and the kill activates. Having more damage means you can activate more skills. It balances out the game, which means if you're losing, you can activate more skills. This mark kill counterblast. Oh, it can take a power to counterblast 1 if you get a trigger in direct check. So they flip 1 card, you see it, and they flip a card face down, and they get 10k power. Plus, he decided to give the heal power to him, so that means it has 30k, 10k of the heal, 10k of his skill. Oh, hello, Rescue Squad. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Okay, let's go to a infinite damage or intercept and guard. You can also combine. You can also put multiple cards in the guardian circle of an attack, and you can also intercept and guard. So I will intercept with this card, and then okay, I will intercept first. I do not have enough power, which means I need more cards. So I will guard with my grade 2 from my hand, increasing my power even further. That increases my defense to 33k, which means the attack goes to not go through and the guard is successful. You can put as many cards in the guardian circle as you want. You can intercept a guard, you can guard with your entire hand, it's up to you. All the cards used in the guardian circle go to the drop zone. Wait, my turn. So now I can no longer use my red deck because I already reached the highest grade of my deck, which is grade 3. Now all I had to do is defeat my opponent. We already reached we already reached at the highest power of Vanguard, so we can now all we have to do is fight it out and one wins. So apparently he asked me if I have a copy of this card, which I do. If you ride the same card, you can perform something called a Persona ride. It's different from a regular ride, which increases your grade. Persona ride had to have this icon. What it does is, if you ride the same card as the Vanguard with a card from your hand, a special skill activates. So I will choose the same card, which is him. I will write it on top of the same card as my Vanguard, and Persona Ride activate. Persona Ride, by Persona Ride, it lets you draw a card, so I will do so. And the front row for the entire turn can plus 10k. So if you have the same card as your Vanguard, write it on top of it, you go and you get more power, 10k to your front row, and you get to draw an extra card, which is essential to the fight. It essentially boosts up your entire units. Also, this is continuous for the entire turn. So if you, for example here, you don't have a rear guard here, but you should to call it afterwards, the Persona Ride skill still activates, and that unit still can plus 10k power regardless. So we say I'll call a booster to here. I'll call attacker here. See, because a Persona Ride is powered increased by 10k, becoming 20k. All my front row can plus 10k power. Now the protagonist is activating a skill, which is when this card is placed on rear guard, which I did just now. You pay the cost, choose one of your opponent grade 2 or greater rear guards and retire it. Retire means destroy if I pay the cost. You know what Counter Blast is, which is flipping 1 damage face down. Soul Blast is another thing, which I'll explain once I get to do what I have to do. If I explain to you now, you won't get it, so I'll just do so you see. That skill also requires Soul Blast, not only Counter Blast. The area under a Vanguard is called Soul. You know that each grade you put a card on top of the Vanguard, right? We were writing a couple of times this game, right? From grade 0, grade 1, grade 2, and grade 3, plus the Persona Ride, right? So that means there's a couple of cards underneath the Vanguard, right? Are you more or less getting it? Check a back from my app, but okay, let me explain. Okay, so we're activating a skill that is when this card is placed on rear guard, which I just did. Pay the cost, choose one of your opponent grade 2 or greater rear guards, and retire it. So retire means destroy. So I get to choose one my opponent grade 2 or greater and destroy it. Now, you know what Counter Blast is, right? You remember what Counter Blast is? And now I'm playing against. Okay, so this has an additional cost, which is Soul Blast. So you know how each turn we were writing a card on top of the Vanguard, you know, from grade 0 to grade 1 to grade 2 and to grade 3, right? So that means we have a bunch of cards underneath the Vanguard, right? Because we were writing on top of it, putting cards on top of the Vanguard, evolving it. Do you remember? Yes. So the cards underneath the Vanguard that were the word before are called the Soul. So Soul Blast is the same thing. You discard a card from your Soul, the card underneath the Vanguard to activate the skill. So this skill requires me to Counter Blast, put a card from my damage face down, and take a card from my Soul to the drop zone to activate the skill. And moving card from Soul to drop zone is called Soul Blast. Algorithm specify one card from Soul, so you have to choose a card from Soul. So I choose to use this card that I just summoned to activate skill. When the card plays a rearguard, activate skill, which I just call it from my hand to the rearguard, which I will activate skill. I will flip the card from my damage face down. I'm guessing you're in. And I will choose the card to put my card for my Soul, which is the grade 0 that I started as the little tiny egg as I was, to the drop zone. I Counter Blast, Soul Blast, Counter Blast, Soul Blast, and now since the conditions are I paid the cost, I get to retire a rearguard. Has to be grade 2 or higher. I have two options, the grade 3 and the grade 2. She chooses to retire the grade 3, so we shall do so. Now that card destroyed, retired. Destroying is retiring, basically. Now power ball, your damage 4, time to end this. So I will move to my next space. Also, E7, were you here when I did a Persona ride? Or did you get the ad break? Persona, okay, you don't know what Persona Ray is. Okay, so you notice how my unit has 23k, 20k, and 20k, right? So, grade 3 has an extra ability called Persona Ride. It's different from regular riding. A Persona Ride activates if you ride the same card as your Vanguard during ride phase. So if you have a copy of your Vanguard and had the Persona Ride ability, you ride it on top of the Vanguard to activate the skill. What it does is, when you Persona Ride, you draw a card, which is really good, and your front row for the rest of the turn get plus 10k power. So you see why my Vanguard, instead of having 13k, had 23k, and my rearguards, which had 20k, now have 10k, now have 20k. It only affects the front row, so the booster does not get affected. More like getting it. If you have any questions, let me know. Yes. So basically, all you have to do is write the same card the Vanguard. If you see my Soul, I do have this card. This was my previous Vanguard, and I decided to write the same copy as my Vanguard to do a Persona ride. That's why I have this card, my Soul. Because he was my Vanguard, I decided to write another copy on top of it to use Persona ride. Drawing a card, aka 10k to the front row. This is permanent until the end of the turn. So the power does not go away until the end of the turn. Persona ride is essential because it's really good. You get more power and you draw more. So now it's time to end this. So I will attack the rear guard 20k with to his Vanguard that had 13k. They say to no guard, going to 5 damage. No trigger. 5 damage. One more attack and I win. I attack with my Vanguard, which is 31k into the 30k. That's a lot of power. Let's see what they do. Perfect guard. E7. Do you remember what a perfect guard is? Yes? Okay, good. So they perfect guard, activate the skill, and the attack will not go through. I got front, 10k to my entire front row. That's good. No trigger. But I get to Persona Ride if they survive next turn. They perfect guard, the attack does not go through. So now, had 10k more because of the front, plus my booster. That's his 38k. Let's see what they do. This is a lot of power they need to defend. They guard? Oh wow, 2 heals. 15k defense. That's 30k defense, enough to shield my attack. Like I say, heals, like Trigger has a lot of defense. That's why you rather not discard them, because they have a lot of defense. But you barely guarded that. What I thought with Vanguard Force, I have front trigger. It's, I mean, true. This is true. If someone knew they had a front trigger, they would not attack with this rear guard. They would not attack with the Vanguard. But like I said, this is RNG. You don't know what type of card you get from drive checking. You have to think what kind of trigger you have left. Or like, if you're gonna get a critical, if you're gonna get a front, if you're gonna get a heal, or if you're gonna get a draw, or if you're gonna get nothing. You have to anticipate a few stuff. But that's what's fun of the game. Anything can happen. You know, you might have the crappiest deck, but you can have the best luck. You know? It balances out. That's why I like it. Like, it's been going like a couple of turns already. We're already at turn 8, and the game has not ended yet. This can go either way. That's why I like this game. You start with like a grade 0, barely any power, but the game had to go up to grade 3 in order to like actually do proper damage. So that's why I like the game. You can actually play the game, not like other TCGs that you can OTK, which is fine, but you know, you rather play the game, right? They only have one card. Now it can be hard for them to win, but anything can happen. They can be super lucky, so let's see what happens. Nobody knows what happened to the other game. That was the most exciting part of Vanguard. That's true. They can get a heal and heal itself again. They could get a critical, they could get a front, they could get a draw. Anything can happen. So don't think of like you having one card. Oh, they Persona Ride. Persona Ride. Persona Ride, let them draw one card and have 10k power to the front row. Even if they don't have a card here, if they call a card after the Persona Ride, that unit still gets plus 10k power. That it only affects the front row though. So even if they don't have a unit here, if they call a unit afterwards, that unit does get 10k power from the Persona Ride. But it has to be the same card after Vanguard to do a Persona Ride. You have to ride the same card as your Vanguard. So they call Vanguard, Persona Ride activates again, they get plus 10k power. They have no cards in their hand, so they're going all out. Let's see what happens. You've always been a steady loser, but that's a new side of your stuff, huh? Bring it on. They attack with his rear guard. I decide to no guard, so I will do so. Let's see, do I get a trigger or do I not get a trigger for more defense? I do get a heal trigger, but sad part is I have less damage than him, which means I cannot heal, but I do get power. So in this case, I will get power to my Vanguard, increasing their defense. No recovery at this time because my damage is 5 and yours is 4. I have less damage than his, I cannot heal. That's also a balance in the game. You know, because it will be an unfair advantage if you keep healing even though you have less damage than your opponent. Keep the game fair. But I do get plus 10k, I will give the 10k to my Vanguard. Make it for myself easier to guard. But my Vanguard gets stronger here. Yes, guard laughter was removed. I cannot afford to get any damage here. So I need to guard no matter what. So in this case, apparently they don't want to perfect guard, they want to risk it. I mean, okay, sure. In this case, if I have 5 damage, I would not risk getting a trigger, I would perfect guard it. But the protagonist is feeling confident and want to only go with a 50k shield, which I will oblige. I would definitely not do that and use a perfect guard. Also, to know that there's a perfect guard, you can see here that their shield is 0. If the shield is 0, that means this card is a perfect guard. If they do not have a 0, that means this is a regular shield. And the power increases by that power. So I guess they're fairly risky. This power gets 38k now and play the split order. Isa, do you remember what order cards were? Or at least the summary of it? No. Okay. Order cards are like spells. If you play Pokemon, they're like option card, items, trainer card, etc. They are not units, but they are like effects that you can activate. So Blitz order is a specific kind of order that only activates during your opponent's turn. You can only activate one order per turn, but they have tremendous effects. In this case, this order card is Blitz, and Blitz order can only activate on my opponent's turn, which means I can activate this card. So what this card does, if your damage zone has 3 cards or more, which I do, I'm at 5 damage, choose one of your units and it gets plus 50k power, which is defense, until the end of that battle. So this card is essentially a guard. So it's the same as this card that have 50k shield but as an effect. Do you get it more or less so far? If you're confused, let me know. Okay. So I will use my order card, increasing my power even further to 23k. So you have to do a bit of mathematics here. Because okay, each trigger increasing power plus 10k. So if they get 2 triggers, they get at most 20k extra power. So they can get up to 21k. But I guarantee myself having 23k power, which means even if they get 2 regular triggers, it would not be enough to break my shield. That attack won't hit even if Rosin gets 2 triggers, which is true. But there's always an exception. But I will not say that yet. We're still going regular Vanguard. So essentially, if they get 2 triggers, the plus 10k each trigger, which increase the power from 31 to 51, which means the attack will not go through. But they can give those triggers to the rear guard, being a lot harder to guard. So that's the essential I have making decisions. So I confirm. But he believes he still have a chance, so he will direct check. No trigger. Second check. I knew they were gonna do this. Fine, I guess I'll have to explain this. Okay, there's a 5th type of trigger, but this trigger is very special. This card is called the Over Trigger. It's a extremely special card. Can I show it? No, I cannot. Okay, so essentially, let's see the review of the card so I can play it. Over Trigger is an extremely good card, and they can change the tide in a battle, which he did. Basically, I most likely lost. It's a super tough trigger that each fighter may only have 1 in deck. You can only have 1 trigger this type of trigger in the deck. Only one. Why? Because the effect is stupidly broken. When it reveal in dry check, you draw one card and gain plus 100 million power to one unit. 100 million power to one unit. Which means whatever I just guarded right now is obsolete. Because there's no way I guarded enough to defend against 100 million power. But if I use a perfect guard, like I suggested, even with 100 million power, a perfect guard negates the attack anyways. But since she decided to go with you after this, indeed. Yep. 100 million power, there's no way to guard against it. 100 million. And additionally, this card gets 100 million to another unit. When Overtrigger is revealed from the in-trigger zone, they can remove from the game. This card does not go into your hand or into the damage. If this card gets revealed in the trigger zone, it can remove from the game. That's why it had the skill. If you reveal it, you draw a card, which means you don't lose the card. You get the same amount of card. Because when you draw check, you put that card to your hand. But since this card cannot be added, you draw an extra card instead. Now, if you check this card in your damage, it will move from play, which means you don't get damage because this damage got removed from the game, which means you got healed instead. And the card nullifies the having less damage than your opponent. If you have, for example, 1 damage and they have 5, you got damage and Overtrigger, it still can remove, which means you get 0 damage instead. So you didn't get hit, essentially. Plus you got 100 million power, which means you'll be protected for the entire rest of the turn. It's totally broken. That way you can only have 1 in your deck. Look at that power. Look at this power. Look at that power. And apparently this trigger can give plus 10 million power to another unit. So both of these units get 10 million power because of the skill. I can lose. Let's see. So basically, the only way you can survive this attack if you get a heal trigger, which heals you 1 damage, or get an Overtrigger, because an Overtrigger can be removed from the game, which means you don't get hit. No trigger, which means I lost the game. Because they got an Overtrigger, so yeah, I got this turn. I get extra points if my opponent do an Overtrigger in this pity? Game, don't pity me. How dare you pity me? That's essentially the game. There's a lot other complicated things, but that's essentially the game. But you can see why. The game can go either way because of triggers and because of guarding. No, wait. I lost their opinion, the actor, indeed. Me? I won? I thought I beat Yuki at something. You were extremely lucky. You were extremely lucky, okay? There might be a tutorial match, but that was a great fight, you two. No fair! No fair, Rasen. What do you mean? I would have won if it wasn't for that overcard. What? Well, sure, but... Well, guess what, son? You don't have to laugh so hard. Sorry. It showed that every fighter say that when they lose. I couldn't help myself. It was all decided. Yeah, it's true that it was all decided. It was not that random. But in a regular fight, it is random. But you know, the fact he was able to drive show how much he wanted to win. So, how about your first ever fight? like a battery oak lab buff is. I don't know what that will last a minute. But I do think I'm trying to get what you mean by it being more than a game. Yuki, well fought there, Rascal. Look like a great fight tomorrow. Thank you. What's going on tomorrow? I'm gonna be fighting with my friends. No way. You have friends? Wow, harsh. Some folk I go way back with. The power to connect people and create infinite possibilities. I know how this feels. It's a unique part of Vanguard that makes it so incredible. I do agree with this. The power to connect people. The game does bring it. Thanks for fighting me, Yuki. Once I go home, make a nice rich curry with caramelized onion. Oof, nice. Oh, okay. Alright, I'm all pumped now. I'll do my best at dinner and tune in my deck. Don't put yourself too hard, kid. Oh, I didn't mean like that. It's Vanguard. I feel like giving the time to do my best. Gotcha. Well, see ya later. You too. Thank you, Gesu-san. But the matter, Yuki? Oh, Gesu-san. What other kind of deck do you have? Do I get to pick a deck? Wait, let me check. D skill. Why the hell? I have no idea. Do I buy a deck? Okay. I get to pick my first deck. Okay. This goes in depth more. So this game has lore. This game has 5 nations. But I won't play the nation because I will only play the nation if you actually like the game. But there are 5 nations. Dragon Empire, a nation full of dragons. Dark Days, this nation is full of villains and criminals. Not all of them, but some of them are. Basically, it's more of a rebel nation. Kether Sanctuary. This nation is full of knights, angels, and medics and such. Basically, there's an angelic nation full of knights. Toikea. This nation is full of plants, beasts, and nature. Full of animals and all nature alike. Brentgate. A nation full of mechanicalized human robots and mechs. With more cybernetic than anything really. And mostly technology, modern technology. I can go with any of these decks, but you know what? I'll let you pick. E7. Which deck do I choose? You can just go based on their design, you know? Or based on the nation. The mechanical one? This one? Good choice. This is a really good choice. Now I got this entire deck with the overtrigger. Mine. Nice. Now I got a deck. Now I have a deck. Character you're familiar with and rival you never met, await you in story mode. Move your cursor to a character, press A to start conversation with that character. You could buy more, you know. I could, that definitely could, but also you have the currency. But I'd rather save for packs to upgrade this deck. Character with the main icon has a main story. Proceed to the story. Character with free icon is a side story. You can learn about the interaction between characters. Character with a free burst icon show free for you can or BP how you kill in this fight. Character with shop icon show card shop. Card supplies. This skill is a special player ability that gets advantage in fight only in story mode. Very true can be allowed when you see the wishes of character throughout the story. Draw trigger. Increase the chances to get a draw trigger in your drive check and damage check. That's broken. Okay, this is only story mode, which is good. I want this in regular fight. That's so broken. This skill can be set in the menu on the map. Is automatically do the ability is automatically activated during fights. So I guess I have shop. I cannot buy pack. Do I have my deck ready? Okay, I do have my deck ready. Okay, but I can't change decks apparently. I can change ability, but I can't change decks. They're paying me indeed. But apparently I can't change decks, so it's not worth buying a deck because it doesn't let me change the deck. So I guess I'll go to main versus. Wait, are there any free fights? Nope. It's like it let me unlock a new side of myself. By the way, I say, what do you think of Vanguard so far? The card game Vanguard. Vanguard, huh? They have a lunch together, Yugi. Hey, what's that? Huh? Nothing. It's interesting. Wait about it, let's go. At least it is interesting to you. But there's more complicated stuff. I have not explained all what the kill does because there's a lot of units with better skills. The card in that fight sucked. I'm excited at myself. How could that be possible? No, that's something I never even considered. Stop it. Huh? Give me back my card. Oh, the problem, kid. I get your card if I win. That was the deal, right? Hey, what are you doing? You from yesterday. On Masaru Kita. An unruly, short-tempered teenager who snaps at anyone and everyone. He is currently unaffiliated with any team, but he apparently belongs to a legendary team. Oh wow. Doichi Nakano. A quiet, diligent person, he had devoted his effort to card collecting, as he believed cards to be the determining factor of a player's strength. Help me, sis. Sis? Get away from Rasen. Okay, the right idea here, and not like I'm just stealing it. We had an agreement. When the fight was over, we trade cards. A way to remember the event. I can back him up on that. Is that true, Rasen? Yeah, but is this really fair? Lord, Dragon Deity of Blessing, Blessed Favor, or Iron Icon Wrestling Dragon? Do you seriously give this card? I need to tell what to do. Please, Yuki, help me. Please. Yuki, this is a request from mother to daughter. Please. I'm getting to protect the brother. I admit that you two might be telling the truth, that they are a business, but still, he doesn't like what you did to him right now. You really think you could call that an agreement? I'll take you on instead. Give me that card back if I win. And if I win, I'll give you all the cards I have with me. Seriously? That's awfully generous on you. In other words, I'm come ahead either way. Fine then, I'll fight you. I'm Doichi Nakano. Let's do this. Yuki. Don't worry, Rasen. No loose intended. Her catchphrase, no loose intended? Oh, now I can pick a deck. Neko with the Neko with the mechanical. To be honest, it's a good deck to use because I get to play what orders are. Turn 3. Oh wow, that's hand not great. That's fine. Okay, it's fine. I will decide to ride from my right deck, my gray 0 to my gray 1. By discard this card from my hand. Ride! I activate the skill. I went first. If this card was drawn upon, if you went second, draw a card. Skill activate. I went second, I draw a card. I activate this skill. When this card plays on Vanguard, search your deck up to one prison card. Reveal it and put it to your hand and shuffle your deck. So I look for my deck for one prison card. This is a prison card. Okay, you know? You can see it here. This card has prison in the name. And also here, you can see here, it says set order prison. It's a prison card, which means I can look it up. The effect was if I write this card, look for my deck for one prison, and put it to my hand. Wait, did I not pick it? Oh wow, I did not. Wait, I did. Wow, I did not pick. Oh, that's not. Wait, hold up. Wait, hold up. I did a misplay. I suck it. Oh, okay. Let me try this again because I did not click confirm because I was playing. Ah, I suck at this. Can't believe I. Can I skip? Yeah. Can I skip? I skip. Let's do this again. Do I get the same hand or different hand? Let's see. No, it's a different hand. Ooh, okay. Okay, I like this hand, okay, that's not great. Okay, right deck. I discard. What do you do? I do one of your boy has a crystal card. No, they. The card, right. Activate skill. I went second, I draw a card. I look for a prison card, which I just played. There we go, now I do it. There we go, I did it right this time. What do you do? I will call a draw trigger to my field. I will play the order card. So you remember what Bliss Order was, right? D7? A Bliss Order. Do you remember what Bliss Order was? No? It's the effect card. Remember the order card that let you defend? Remember that you can only activate during your opponent's turn. Remember the card that does not have that is not a unit. Yes. So this one is a set order. A Bliss Order is activate your opponent's turn. A set order is a card that you will activate on your main phase, but it stays for the rest of the game. So you can see this. After set order is played, put it into your order zone, and then has a cost. This icon means rest. You have to put a card horizontally as rested one of your units to play this card, which I will. I will decide to rest this card to play my set order. So I can activate skill when this card is put into my order zone's soul shard. Do you remember what Soul Blast is, E7? Yes, so Soul Charge is the opposite. Instead of taking cards from the soul, you put cards into the soul. That way called Soul Charge. This says Soul Charge 3. So I put the top 3 cards from my deck into the soul. Wait, what did I get? Wait, hold up. Okay, how do I get? This card. Oh, not critical! Not like this! That hurts. Oh well. At least it was one trigger. So Soul Charge basically increases your cards into the soul from the top of your deck. Now, I will end phase and go on the attacking. So since they have the same power, the attack goes through unless they guard. So I will attack with AK. They say no guard. Direct check. Nothing. What's that card? Volcanic Dragon. Oh, it's a common. Never mind.
Vanguard
Kill. Counter Blast, Soul Blast, skip plus 5k. Wow, that's it. No guard.
Drive check.
No trigger. Damage check. No trigger. That hurt.
Vanguard にアタックだ。
Guard. Plus 5k, 13k will not go. Right. Grade 2. I activate a skill. When this unit is placed on Vanguard, your opponent chooses one of their hand and imprison it to your prison. So now you can see what prison does. What prison does, it put their cards from their field or hand into my prison, which means the same as a prison. They can't use them, they're locked away. So I will activate the skill. You have to put one of your cards into my prison. So they lost a card, it's in my prison now. Which means they put this card to their prison. Now this card is mine. I can't use it, but they also can't use it. It's pretty good because you lower their card they can use. But since you know how prison are, you can set them free. How do you send them free? They have to pay a cost. So they can see this. When your opponent can normal card rear guard, they can perform the following. They can Soul Blast 1. If they do so, they can choose one of their imprisoned card and call it to rear guard. Or they can Counter Blast 1, and if they do, they get to choose two of their imprisoned card and call it to rear guard. What this deck essentially does, I imprison them and he has to pay to get his cards back. Do you more or less get the skill, E7? That's what this deck does. They're police girls. They basically arrest people. Basically. Now, I will call this card. I will activate skill. When placed on rearguard, Soul Blast 1. Choose one of your opponent's rearguard and imprison them. I will Soul Blast. I will Soul Blast this card from my soul. Imprison. End phase. Battle phase. I will attack with my Vanguard to your Vanguard.
ノーガードダメージチェック
No trigger. Perfect. I attack boosted to your Vanguard.
ノーガードだ
No guard. Right check. Heal trigger. I do not heal, but I'll give the power to my Vanguard regardless.
ダメージチェック
What bad trade? Was that a trade? Was that trade bad enough to merit a fight? What do you mean, 7?
ライド好きかつてコールヴァンガードにアタック
Oh, you mean, it's a card fight. I'm not planning on losing. No guard. Actually, no way. Nah, no guard.
ドライブチェック
He can twin drive. He's a grade 3. He can twin drive. No trigger. Perfect.
ここが勝負どころだ行くぞ
Ah, damage check. Heal trigger. No heals, but I give power to my Vanguard.
リアガードにアタックだ
Guard. I don't have any cards in my hand because all these are perfect guards. I want to save them.
ターンエン
Another heal? Are you kidding me? Fine. What would my heals? My ace cards. There was no. I activate skill. Counter blast. Okay, let me show you what it does. Act. Vanguard rearguard. Once per. This says 1/turn is once per turn. I counter blast 1. I choose 2 of my opponent's rearguard and imprison them. It can only activate once per turn, but it's only 1 counter blast, which means I take away his rearguard, that's what I want. Activate skill.
スキル発動これが今の私のすべて
Imprison.
終了
I have 3 cards in prison. He had to soul blast or counter blast to take any of them out. Now, her first skill activates. When continuous means it goes for the rest of the turn. It means it's a continuous aspect. It's a passive skill basically. So during your turn, if you have 1 or more of your opponent cards, if one of your opponent cards are in your prison, 1 or more, this card can plus 10k power. I do have 1 or more cards in my prison, so I do get plus 10k power. And if I have 3 or more card in prison, this unit gets plus 1 drive check. So this card can twin drive already. So that means I can drive check 3 times, increasing further my chances to get a crit, draw, front, or heal, or an over trigger. Okay, essentially really good. So now I will attack with my bagger boosted.
ヴァンガードにアタック
I triple drive. He guarded.
ガードだ
ドライブチェックドロートリガー
Draw trigger. They have 30 AK power. I have 20k power. A draw give me 10k. If I give the power to my bagger, it's enough to break their shield and attack the killing. Give the power to my
パワー
Vanguard.
プラス
38k. The attack goes through. Second check.
ドライブチェッ
Third check.
フロントトリガー
Front trigger.
パワープラス
Give the power to my front.
この思い願いをすべてこのカードに込める。
ダメージ
Shield break. No damage. No trigger. Now this power go back to 13, which means this card can attack the Vanguard.
アタック
ノーガー
No guard. Interesting. Okay.
ドダメージチェックだ
5 damage. No trigger. All going to plant.
俺の
2 damage. I get 5 damage. I got plenty of card to defend.
ゴールスキル発動
Oh, we best do rear guard to when your opponent rear guard retire and get plus 10k.
ガードにアタック
Perfect guard. Activate skill.
スキル発動完全ガード
ドライブチェックドライブチェック
And then draw.
ドロー
What do you do again? Rear guard. If one of your point cards in prison, get plus 2k. That's good. Soul blast. Yeah. Activate skill. Oh, I can. Oh, ride. No, don't ride. I will not ride. Activate skill. Counter blast.
ここからが本当の戦い
Imprison 2 cards. Call to my prison.
終了
Call.
コール
I would not activate because they don't have a card in rear guard. Battle face.
ヴァンガードにアタック
Triple drive.
ガード
ドライブチェックドロートリガー
Draw trigger. They only have 30k power, I have 20k. It's enough. It goes
パワ
through.
ープラス
And I draw 1 card.
ドライブチェック
They can check.
ドライ
Third
ブチェッ
check.
ク
Ah, critical trigger. I'll give the critical to my Vanguard, power to this rear guard.
クリティカルプラス
Double
パワ
damage.
ープラス
They have to get 2 heal triggers if they want to survive.
私の本気をアタック
ダメージチェックだ
No heal. I win.
私の勝ちで
That was easy. Perfect guard is safe turns. Attack with 40k power. Congrats, thank you. Yeah, to be honest, he was pretty weak.
ちょっと
Now give me back the card.
約束だ
Also got it, bro. Them, I know, right? How you doing, Infernal Harmer? You doing well? Why will you give this card? It's an overtrigger. Why will you trade this card? This card is an overtrigger.
すごいよ
Wow, doing this. How are you? I'm doing fine. I'm enjoying the game. I've been waiting for this game for so long. Well, we'll see they announced it anyway. Wow, you're amazing, sis. You won your first ever fight.
なんだと
What did you just say? I had all the amazing cards. Get you. I don't know whether or not your cards are wrong. But what can I say? Is that Rossi was a lot stronger than you yesterday.
お姉ちゃん
Yuki. You left.
どうし
Hey, Doshi, where you going?
俺は俺
I'm out.
待てよ
Hold on, what do you mean you're out? You gotta fight again and get even with her.
もういい
I had no.
だと
Then what are those cards giving you until now for? I only ever care about getting strong cards. I don't have any into what you were trying to do. Hey, hold on a second.
ね
Are you hurt? No, I'm fine. Thanks.
えすごいよ
You're amazing at Vanguard, Yuki.
どういうこと
What? I don't know what to
ね
say. Then how am I gonna know what you
え
mean?
そうだ
But we can deal with that later. There's something we have to do first.
よし
We're going to have him. We're going to have to get him to apologize. What? It's only fair, isn't it?
私に任せて
He did something wrong. You need to make it right. Oh boy. Oh boy, yeah, sure, that kind of work.
ちょっと
Hey, you. Apologize for us for what you did to him. And while you're at it, promise you're never going to try to take someone's cars again.
あ
Sis?
の僕は
I'm fine now. I got my car back anyway. Excuse me? And well, he seems sad his own way. No, I was in the wrong. The car is really important to me. I got when I first started Vanguard. They gave you an overdringer at your first car? Damn. It's a treasure I received from Gugesu-san.
豪雪
Did you say Gogetsu? Hey kid, did you say that Gogetsu? Do you mean Gogetsu from Seigoku Gesuka? What?
そんな
Seigu Gesuka?
頼む
Please, you gotta take me to
お
Gogetsu-san.
願いだ
Please. Lightning Spark. What the hell did that skill do? Guarantee win a wallpaper scissor and go first. What? You know what? Fine. This is the less broken skill. I don't want this. This is broken. Increase chances to get a drop trigger and to dash take damage. That's broken. I'd rather have used this. DM? Give me 1 sec. Welcome.
お前
You.
来た負ける
Masarukita. How many times I have to tell you? In Masarukita.
えー
I guess you know each other. Guess so.
うーん
So where you need spirit to? We were looking everywhere for you.
すまんすまん
Sorry about that. It's a little complicated, you know?
え
And now, yeah, you can see I become a shop owner. I want to support fighters in any way that are
ー
fighting.
俺は
After you disappeared, I thought we were making Tetsuge Suka.
なんだと
What do you say?
その
Excuse
どういう
me? What? Tetsuge Suka. Oh my bad. Tetsuge Suka is a layered team formed by Gugesu-san here. He considered us dozen fighter and was one,
けど
but he disappeared all of a sudden one day.
そうだな
Well, everyone on the team was so promising. It made me think I could shut up and retire. It worked out, you know.
マジ
If that was the case, you should have told us
す
first.
ごいじゃない
Hmm.
ど
And
ういうこと
so was Sukesu some gang of car thieves?
カード
Was this about car thieves?
なぜ
I don't want to have a member do something like that. Masako, don't tell me.
すいませんでした
I'm sorry. Yuki, can you blame me for thinking that? Can you? But I could get enough memory in order to pull off a fight. So why don't you say he'll manage to check give him some good cards and hold off a fight? What do you mean? After Gugesu-san left, everyone went their separate ways. But a team member from back then are fighting one another now. What? All the team members from back then are fighting one another now.
俺は
That's so weird to say. I could stand the sight of that though.
豪雪さん
Gugesu-san, come back. Please, will you come back? But everyone else will if you do.
そいつは
That's something I can't do, Masato.
悪いな
I'm retired as a
ど
fighter.
うするんだ
Do you really want someone leading you who can't even fight? I
そ
don't
い
care.
つはどうか
What about the others? Can you speak for them? Well,
悪いな
sorry,
け
Masato.
ど
But I won't give up on my name for Bendu. Setsu Gesuka. Not even if I can do it alone.
どうだ
What about Doji? He's long gone. He lost in a fight to this kid here and
何
this
Ah.
kid? Oh, you mean Rasen? No, the other one.
まさか
Are you kidding me?
すげえ
Our bagger was really
す
strong.
げえじゃねえか
I can't believe it. I would give that to Yuki the other day, you know.
マジ
Seriously? So she's not that weak of a fighter. Yuki might have incredible talent for this.
あそれは
No, I was just doing what had to be done to save
いや
Rasen. That way you were strong.
あ
If you're in a bagger fight to protect someone, you can't
どう
lose.
だ
That they replied to you, right?
頼む
Please, I'm begging you.
どういうこと
What?
お願いだ
Will you help me form a team? No, yeah, no way. Wow, that was fast.
おい
Then fight me.
どうだ
If I win, accept the deal. No way.
違う
But the point of fight, you have to prove who's better.
もういいや
That what got kids like Rasen to lose the places they could call home. Yuki.
悪い
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, you're right.
ヴァンガードが大
But
好きな
I shall love Vanguard. I know that everyone else did too back then. That what I want to make them all remember. I want to get all those moments we all spent together.
マサル
Masaru.
分かったわ
Okay, I understand.
負けるつもりない
But
か
if I
ら
win, you leave me out of it.
行
Deal?
くぜ
I might never go back as word. We got a deal. I guess I don't have to play too much what the deck does, so. I play what the effect does, so.
はい勝つぜ
I'm going first.
スタンドアップ
I guess.
私のターンドローライドスキル発動
I activate skill, putting my prison.
スキル発動
I activate skill, soul charge tree. That, it's fine. I'm face.
ターンエンド
スタンドドローライドスキル発動スキル発動ゴールヴァンガードにアタックだスキル発動パワープラス
No guard.
ノーガード
ドライブチェック
ダメージチェックドロートリガー
Your trigger. Perfect.
パワープラス
ターンエンド
私のターンドロー
I will discard my draw trigger. Yep.
ライドスキル発動終了
Give me 1 sec. I guess I can call one card. I forgot what he does. Oh, he's vanilla. Okay.
コール
Why can't he put him in my prison though? Oh, a trigger. Okay, perfect.
ヴァンガードにアタック
ノーガードだ
ドライブチェック
No trigger. Come on. No damage. No trigger. No trigger. Come on.
ダメージチェック
Nice. You use a dark tape. It.
ヴァンガードにアタック
ノーガードダメージチェック
ターンエンド
俺のターンだドローライドコールヴァンガードにアタックだスキル発動パワープラス
20k power, I would no guard.
ノーガード
ドライブチェック
ダメージチェック
ヴァンガードにアタックだスキル発動
Easy to guard. Intercept. And
インターセプト
ターンエンド
私のターンドロー
right. Activate skill.
この勝負私に分がありそうねスキル発動終了 アタック
ノーガードだダメージチェック
ヴァンガードにアタック
Again.
ガ
I
ード
want to
ド
pass.
ライブチェックドライブチェッククリティカルトリガ
All power to my Vanguard.
ークリティカルプラス
Power
パ
plus
ワ
it.
ープラスドライブチェックよしヒールトリガ
I don't heal, but power to my rear guard.
ーパワープラスこの思い願いをすべてこのカードに込める
ダメージチェックダメージチェック
Attack
ヴァンガードにアタ
Vanguard.
ック
ノーガード
No guard.
ダメー
What?
ジチェック
Wow.
私の勝ちでやった
That was easy.
負けた
I lost.
ね
Wait. I fifth halfway. What's your name, Ichigo?
え一同時ユキよ
ありがとうよ
待って
Oh, he will play on joining. Okay, so
螺旋
he joined with me. Huh? Me too? I saw your guardian to protect you from us. Hey, I probably won't do it again, okay?
螺
And
旋
batify or not, you beat me. Hmm?
僕は
I see. You didn't come what I take to be a fighter.
気がありゃ
My book will even be in the card for you to work for you. I promise.
僕も
Right? I could guess it's just your approval. That's more than enough for
あ
me.
りがとうよ
Like, I
一
mean,
同時螺旋です
oh, my name is Resin.
すまん
Well, this Yuki. My cyber bug got you dragged into all this. Don't worry about it. I'm used to this kind of thing.
そうだな
You are? And besides, I still haven't met her yet. Hmm? new side of me. Well, I bet you will.
よし
Well then, decided. Was our team name. But now you two are the newest members, only can be Masaru and the Critical Brothers. Overruled. Okay then, how do I board your names?
雪月か
Why not call it Tetsugesuka? Good guess to sound. Thank you. Was that the end of the demo? Yeah, I thought so. Yes, the release date. I need it. I need the release date. Thursday. Yo, I got 2 fights in that tutorial time. I'm happy with that. Is there anything else I can do? Seems fun. Yeah, I agree. Like, can I just practice cards? It'd be cool.
カードファイトヴァンガードディアデイどのモードで遊ぶ？
いらっしゃいませ。
Okay, I can only buy 12 decks.
を購入します。
I can buy all of them, not gonna
ま
lie.
た来てください。
I don't know if you can transfer your save file. That's I don't know.
どのモードで遊ぶ？
Oh, so it resets. So the story can reset, but you get to use the decks. Okay.
嘘負けたの？
So basically, you can just play it out, having 2 free fights. That's pretty cool. I'll probably just gonna play this for fun on my free time. Anyways, that's what I wanted to do. Just play this game. I had a lot of fun. I'm so excited for the release date. Anyway, that's all I wanted to play. We played the demo. It was fun. I had a lot of fun. I really am gonna stream this game. So yeah. Thank you all so much for watching. For those of you who stopped by, thank you so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoy the streams, you can always follow, but that's always optional. If you want to see any updates from me, you can follow my Twitter or use my Discord for more updates. As always, and once again, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next adventure. Take care, and see ya! Bye, 7. Take care, bye bye. Hope you all have fun.